Hey, are you guys ready for this? Got lots going on. YouTube's back. I've been banned from YouTube. That's why I haven't been on there. So I'm doing a YouTube live and a Facebook live. So I called this, well, it's a deep subject. Get it? Because there's lots to talk about. This is going to be probably a longer show. Maybe. I don't know. Started it at 11:11. I'm grateful for everybody that is always tuned into these videos, whether it be on YouTube. People who are on Facebook, they're like, we haven't seen you for a long time. It's because I've been shadow banned. If you haven't found me, that means you haven't been looking that hard. Go into Googleize it and put in Raven Moonstone and boom, there it is. So let's talk about all of the things on the go. People on YouTube, I'm going to answer your question. People keep asking, who is this Phil person? So this is the number one subject. If Phil Godlewski triggers you, we're going to work through this trigger today. Okay? If you don't know who Phil is, who do you keep talking about this Phil? Well, in my last probably few months, I really didn't watch Phil. Like, I really didn't know who this person was, to be honest, other than vicariously through eyes to see, ears to hear, which is Taco Spice, or Andrea, who puts posts on my Telegram page. So after doing a bit of research, and I mean my own understanding research, on some of the things that Andrea had said to me, I'm like, well, I got to go do some more research about it. But the research that I did wasn't the same research that you guys did. I can tell you that much. So I went on his Telegram page and I'd pull up pictures of things he'd post, and then I'd go and decode them myself. And then I'd go to other people's pages, like, say, VK, and those other people, and I Donaldo Trumpo. I'd go to that page, and I started comparing the geometry on these things, and they were all lining up. And if you didn't know, and people who are all about Phil, go look at Q Post 101. Just go look at it. So, my opinion, just personally speaking, after doing a lot of research on what he was posting, what he was saying, I'm like, why are people so negative about this person? Because I'm like that. I don't like to speak crap about anybody. I don't think that's good intentions or good in vibrations. And the reason I'm saying this now, and this is why it's a deep subject, people pay attention when I say this. Are y'all listening? When you think or speak badly about someone, your body doesn't know the difference. I've been trying to tell you guys this for 3 years. If you're going, that person's blah, 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 I'm like, well, why are you mad then? What about that? I work through a lot of my triggers on air. Everybody's witnessed them. So, hi, sister cousin. So this is what my thoughts about Phil. And before I even did a video, like, saying who is Q, and obviously I don't think it's just Phil. Like, let's be clear about that. I didn't know. Like, I just went and watched the movie Snowden. I'm like, this guy must be Snowden. Like, he knows way too much computer stuff. And I used to be an IT headhunter, recruiter. So, in like post Y2K or right around there. So, I've looked at military resumes, people who've done work for the military. I've looked at people who've had to sign NDAs. I've had to basically extract information without extracting information and speaking codes, but you can't speak what you're supposed to be asking or saying or blah, blah, blah. So that's 20 years ago. So when he's speaking, I think on a level, like when I was watching Snowden, I'm like, I just went and watched the movie and I took notes as if I was a headhunter, an IT recruiter. Okay, do I want to recruit this guy? What's his history? So I listened to all the things that he said and I wrote it down as if I was in that interview room with him. And I'm like, so obviously this is the movie Snowden I'm talking about, right? So obviously he has, if you guys, it's free on YouTube. Go watch the movie Snowden if you don't know what the F I'm talking about, okay? It will simply, and then just put Phil's face on there. I'm going to tell you why I think it's this, what's happened with him. So he was born very, 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 very smart. That's clear. He is on, or what the 3D would call Asperger's, or on the spectrum or whatever. He gets stuff like we don't understand. And he knows stuff, whether people believe it or not, or buy into it, that we don't actually know or maybe have confirmed. I think he just gets confirmed information. So I didn't know that Phil had created in a program in one of like the one of these programs. So I'm watching the movie Snowden and I'm doing my like decodes on all the geometria and I'm figuring out all this, and Andrea and I are on the phone and I'm like, well, hold on, wait, what about this when he posted that? What does this mean? And it was making way too much sense. Like there was way too many coincidences. So I started formulating that video. It's on Rumble called Who is Q? And then all of a sudden I go, yeah, and Snowden created the program Prism. And she goes, well, that's what Phil said he created. She told me after I already had done this. I'm like, what the F? So it was like, boom, two pieces of information met each other. So in a very basic sense, I believe Phil G is at very least Snowden, and the person playing Snowden is like in the show Blacklist. When Elizabeth left and she had a body double come in and they had a what do you call it, contact lens and an earpiece, so she was talking as if she was that person, but it wasn't that person. You get what I'm saying? It was just an actor playing that person. So Snowden's name really isn't Snowden. It was a character in a 3D created to tell that story of what happened. So you have to imagine whoever Snowden was, it's not going to use his real name, even when he's thinking on all of that, because back in 2013 or whenever it was, I think it was June of 2013. And this is when I think that it all started ending, the timelines for the dark side. Bill Gates in 2013 in Africa, a whole bunch of people started being taken out. And if you go and kind of parallel it to what they tell you in shows, whether all of it's real or not, I do believe in the fact that they have to tell you. So they can say everything has to be told, whether or not you believe it or not is your discernment. I guess that's how the devil works, right? So, see, I said devil and then it goes green screen. Boop, boop. And I'll probably be pausing out on Facebook too. That happens. So, at this point, in my thoughts, when I posted something 2 days ago about Phil on my page, and there's all these thumbs down. I was going to put a poll. At what point are we at that we can't just scroll on? I don't like it, but I'm not going to comment or react to it. You're reacting. React. You're reacting a feeling. So I don't like it. You're reacting that thought out on the page. So the reason why I'm doing this show is not to say, hey, Phil's a great guy. That's not what I'm saying. I like his information, but truthfully, I do not watch his videos. I don't. I will tune in to some of it and I'll get the gist and then I'll dip out because I like to do my own research, right? And thought process. And I find he's, again, confirming a lot of what I have maybe done in the last 3 years, which is fabulous. I love it. And he's preparing us for what's happening. So yesterday on his live, the portion I watched, he mentioned that beginning of June, June 1st to June 26th, there are going to be military tribunals at, see, it flashed green again. I know I'm onto something every time it flashes green. At Gitmo. And there is 3 places, Gitmo, Guam, and I think a 3rd place, basically housing all of these military criminals. So what I think is happening in our current world, if you will, is you have people like Phil and other people who have, for the last 3 years, have been telling you to, like, buy silver, buy gold, you know, whatever, and drain the banks, and hey, the bank crash is coming. I was saying that 3 years ago, and people were like, you're dumb. Just stop it already. And here we are. And now they won't listen because I was the wolf, you know, the boy who cried wolf. Hello, hello. We all were, right? So that was the setup. But where I think we are in this big scheme of things is there are people who have tried to make truthers money. And I see Phil doing that. He made $14 million for his followers just on that CV credit thing that, you know, if you had employees on W-2, I think it is in the United States, during the time and you kept them employed or whatever, I don't know how it is. It was $26,000 per employee. So he's gotten a lot of people money. Like, why discredit that? And now he's coming out with this other alternate, it's like Netflix or something. I don't know. I didn't watch the show. I'm going to admit that part. And I don't really understand that part yet. But it looks like a new internet. And it's so, like, if you refer somebody, you get paid. Like, who cares? Do you want the darkness to get the money, or do you want to be making the money and helping your friends make money? Like, I just don't get this. And after 3 years, why are we still doing this and bitching about each other? That's what I'm saying. Your consciousness doesn't know. And we actually slow down the collective consciousness the more pissy we are with each other. There, I said it. You're welcome. So let's all come together. Like like the last few shows, I've been saying this repeatedly. Now is not the time to be fighting with each other. Like, fighting is so divisive. Don't you know that's still a program? When you feel peace and love with yourself right in your heart space, when you love yourself and everything that your life has given you and where we are in this time, and you've worked as hard as you can through your triggers about people who piss you off or whatever, then I can promise you, you won't be yelling at people anymore. Like, I can promise you that 100%. You don't yell at people anymore. What's the point? I'm you, you're me, and it's kind of a waste of breath. No sound. Yeah, Cindy says on Facebook, no sound. Oh, gosh. Oops, sorry about that, YouTube. Just give me 1 second. I don't know. What? Can you hear me better now? Please comment on Facebook if you can't hear me at 1444. But anyways, you get where I'm going with this. Our thoughts are so powerful, and we have been programmed repeatedly. So even over as divisive as politics. So I'm going to talk to all my Alberta friends, okay, right now, because we just had an election for our premier. And let me see. Oh, sound is fine. Okay, good. Whoops. Let me go back up there. I don't know what I just did. Hear you loud and clear. Thank you. Everybody's giving me thumbs up. You can hear me. But in Alberta, we had our premier thing. And I think I mentioned this in a video a while ago when Danielle Smith is her name, came onto the scene. And one of the very first things she did, and I'm not into politics, you guys know this, Okay? Not into politics, not into religion. But when she came out, the first thing she did was told Ottawa, no, we're going to deal with our own Emergencies Act. You're going to stop telling us what to do. And what all that looked like, plain and simple, is she was literally telling the federal government, we are the Republic of Alberta, and we don't need that government control anymore. And between Ottawa and Alberta has been funding like the country in multiple, like from oil and gas and all of this stuff. Our gas is still $1.50 a liter here. I don't know what that equates to. I think it's like $5 or $6 in the States per gallon. We make the gas here. So as far as this person coming out and saying that, I was like, okay, well, that was a step in the right direction. What I think her role is personally, and maybe some of these other people like DeSantis and other people that are more speaking out against the woke culture and da 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 and more rightist than leftist or whatever, I think they may be used as tools. Yes, intended, to be a bridge of devolution. So I talked about devolution in 2021, 2022, and how that would look. And personally, if we are the Republic of Alberta and there is fraud under the USMCA agreement, as Trudeau is a fraudster, then the republics individually, so I'm pretty much guessing that the territories like the Northwest Territories and so forth, Alberta, and probably Saskatchewan, I'm guessing right away, would want to go and be a part of the United States. Like if we had a choice, I'm like, yeah, I would rather have Trump as my president than be governed by whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather have less government, more control over where that government is like by the people, not what we've been going through these fake things. So I think these people should be more like ambassadors, and maybe Danielle is just that person who's, I'm not saying she's good or bad. There, I believe all bad actors have been replaced with good actors. I'm going to keep saying that every video, okay? Every video. So she might be used just to walk us across the bridge to have a better understanding that we don't need the federal government controlling the provincial government, controlling the municipal government. What if it's only the provincial governments now, but it's the republic? Each state, like, so she's our governor. Just a thought. I'm putting these thoughts out there. So, because the collective consciousness just went out and voted. We're not at the point where people aren't ready for ambassadors and things the way we, until I believe the big shift happens. Does that make sense? Okay, so while I have lots of people viewing, this Sunday, I'm on Rise Media TV again with Greg and the gang. I'm super excited. I love going on that show. It's fun. And that's pretty much my most consistent show I've ever interviewed on, just because it's a wide variety of topics and it's spiritually aligned with, you know, how I feel a lot of the times. And I just think they're my family, my fam jam. Yeah, so that'll be fun. It's at 10 o'clock Eastern on Sunday, the 4th. And it's at 8 a.m. on, 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. if you're in Alberta, and 7 a.m. If you're in Vancouver area. And so it should be a really good show. I always have lots of fun, so I'm really excited. So thank you, Greg and the gang, for having me on. I'll be excited about doing that. And we'll be talking, and I'll have more chart videos. I'm preparing just special ones just for Greg's show, you guys, on the 3D matrix and money and all of that. stuff that is collapsing before our very eyes. So I hope you all join us and share the videos. And I've already posted on my Facebook, but of course they shadow ban anybody who's on point. I'm going to read a few comments first. Hello. Yes, yes, I love Kevin. He is great. And if you're not from Canada, you wouldn't know, but Kevin Annette, he is sweet. Luther and Norm Traversy, I just got to give him a shout out. I love you, Norm. Norm and Kevin are two big champions of telling truth in Canada and sharing a lot of corruption. If the Republic of Alberta aren't addressing, I'm with you there. So I think we're going to learn all of that. Sherry says, if the Republic of Alberta aren't addressing corruption, pedophilia, CPS kidnapping, and child sex trafficking, then voting process collusion. I agree with you 1,000%. So all I'm saying with the whole voting process right now is that we have a big group of people who are awake to the corruption, but they don't know that Dominion and the Skittle machines kind of control the outcome, right? But it's my opinion right now that the Biden government and the Trudeau government have to implode with these high prices. All of that has to come crashing down under these ass clowns, period. So, you can find Kevin and Annette on murderbydecree.com, and you'll see the January 15th, 2021 verdict in the Brussels and Vancouver court. And he talks about William Coombs and the whole atrocity over the 3 years. Everybody around the globe should go look at that up, not just Canadians. Please go research that. It is a fabulous win. And there's also some tribunals going on in Quebec right now. And Quebec has always been its own little thing. Yeah, we know Biden's a clone, right? For sure. So, I really want to talk about this. So, strange aircraft over Niagara. So, my sister cousin lives up by the Cold Lake Air Base, and she's been seeing those triangular, invisible, silent TR3BSs, I think they're called. You can go look on YouTube and find them. TR3BSs, I think they're called, triangle spacecraft, and you'll see pictures. So this is all of the new modern stuff that's coming out, and we're gonna see. I've said this for a while. We've been in martial law since the CV bullshit broke out. People just don't get that that's what's been going on. So what we're seeing more of and going to see more of is when they start, is that what it is? TR-3Bs. Thanks, sister cousin. She puts it in there. And yeah, and he talked about that too. Yeah. So this is why I'm kind of paraphrasing it, because I've always felt, and I've said this since 2020 when people were freaking out, you guys, you Canadians, they're putting concentration camps in Canada. Oh my God. There's Chinese. Oh my God. Fear. Oh my God. They're going to put us in these COVID concentration camps. And I'm like, you guys are for the clowns. That's where all the dirt bags are going. They're going to set us, we're being set up. So they think, the dark guys think, oh, they're all scared. It's us. The art of war, and then guess what? It's those asshats getting put in the thing. That's funny. That is super funny. So, you have to think about the big picture. They're silent. So if you aren't looking up, you'll miss them. Yeah, that's what Leanne says. So, anyways, but we are going to, in those cities where we see all the yucky crap going on, Chicago, San Francisco, Los Angeles, in our city, Edmonton, I'm talking about Calgary, there's lots of crap going on that just slowly and surely I'm like, I hope people are getting help and they're not just taking these people out. But there are a lot of people not moving forward in the matrix. Okay. So, however that looks, like, I do believe the military is going to be more present where they're invisible. Like, if anybody's been to Cuba from Canada, the first time you go there, you're like, what the hell are, like, one military guy with a gun every, like, I don't know, quarter kilometer or something? And people are like, doo 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 doo, like guns, 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 guns. We have guns up here, but we're taught how to shoot them, use them. We're very respectful, very little gun deaths, accidental. I say accidental. But yeah, just strange. So I think we're going to see more FFs, you know what I'm talking about, false flags. We're going to see more military step in because just the whole presence of someone with a gun and you don't have one in your pocket right there tends to make people kind of behave. And if I don't know, like I kind of laughed when I saw this little bit yesterday of Phil when he said if you see the military, don't go up and talk to them because the chances are they don't know what you're doing, but they're doing even there. It's true. They usually don't know what they're doing. And as if, like I thought about wandering up to a guy in Cuba when I'm not used to seeing guns. Yo, dude, what's up with the M16 you got there? What are you planning on doing with it? No, I'm going to be like, that guy means business, and I'm just not going to get in his way. Plus, I don't know, maybe there won't be robot military, but I still think there might be robot military, so I'm not with anybody that is out there. No. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. If you're not doing anything bad, follow natural law, do no harm, go about your own business, live your life. Don't be stupid. Just don't be stupid. So, be calm. Don't be all freaking out or anything. This is our job. We knew this was going to happen. I've never been more calm in my entire life. Shocking. I know, it's true. Even though sometimes I have a flash of, oh, my son. No. Get my worries out. Nope. Not going to happen. Not sitting in those fear vibrations. So, I hope that cleared up all that nonsense about Mr. Phil. Like, we are all one, guys. Your consciousness doesn't know the difference when you're talking poop. So let's be kind. I have 4 cards here. Oh my gosh, before I even continue, guess what I saw this morning? I almost started crying. Like, literally, was like almost the very first thing that I saw when I opened the back door. A little baby deer. And it's auntie deer, and it's mommy deer, and it's baby daddy deer. There's 5 deer, and then the little one. And I'm talking, this deer was so small. I'm sure it was born in the last day or two, because it was kind of falling down the bushes of the hill. And it was like it was so sweet. The dad's got his back to the baby Bambi, and the auntie and the mommies are like watching the deer as it's kind of fumbling its way through the bramble. And I'm like, there's Bambi. Bambi just got bored in the backyard. Oh, I was so, like, verklempt. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. So, BJ, do some of that cleansing we were talking about and look into baking soda. Baking soda and borax, 1/8 of a teaspoon, I think it's borax, and some water is going to help clear out. And I just watched this really good doctor who talks about the #1 disease in our body that causes, like, infection is mucus. So you need to get rid of mucus in your diet, however that looks. And I've had to do that too. So, oh, I love these. This is hilarious, you guys. Disruption was the first card. Communication, the frog, and perception. Well, what are we an army of? A bunch of frogs that know how to do cleansing and releasing emotional baggage. That's literally, it is your perception. It is your perception on that person. So, oh, and parasites. Yes, both mentally and physically. You got that right. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh, you're welcome. I love sharing. Sharing information to keep people healthy is my favorite thing to talk about on my show sometimes. Literally. And you keep repeating to yourself, I am radiant, I am healthy. I have to tell you, in 2018, BJ, I got told I had a brain tumor. Still there, apparently. I got it looked at twice. I've never gone back. I've never thought about it until sometimes I get reminded here. And I'm like, I just think it's parasites clumped up into one spot and they're just hanging on for dear life, hoping that we're not going to get rid of them somehow, some way. But soon enough, we will. So, black seed oil is another one that rids mucus. Oh, good. Sherry says, yes, the military started arriving in our community August, September, October, November of 2019, right around Kevin and Annette's subpoena on Trudeau, the Queen, etc., for satanic ritual abuse. Exactly. So everybody go, if you want to do some research about, this type of things that Kevin has done, that murder by decree is literally a really great place to start. And yeah, go on ivermectin, and you can go right on the website to do a cleanse, and it will take that stuff out of your body. I know it works because I just did around last week. When did I do it? On Sunday. So, anyways, I think that's all I've got to say other than this information is just going to come out a lot and it's just going to snowball. We all have our predictions and theories of, like the suicides, the arrest first. I'm hoping Obama gets arrested first. Like, I really hope that's the first fucker that gets arrested first. Might not be, but that would be awesome. Either him or Hillary. Like, one of those two shitbags. Let's go. Let's go. The world is ready to see what we're going to see. Kind of, maybe. I know sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I am, but I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. So today is the last day of May. What happened to the Pope having a bad May? Did I miss? By the way, we're always 13 days behind, Denise, because we're in the Julian calendar. So it's actually still May, what is it, 17th today? May 16th. Tomorrow's May 17th. Hi, Jean. Hi, I like it. Hi, Jean. Get it? Wash your hands. I didn't mean that to you. I like posting memes, and Jean always has really good memes on his page. So there's my fellow meme warriors. And get cracking on all those memes. So yes, bless all the white hats, all of us out there that have been keyboard warriors, keeping the vibes high and happy. And oh, I'm glad you thought that was funny, Jean. Lisa asks, are you taking the horse paste or the other stuff? Because if you take the tablet form, I just took one because I've done a couple rounds of it. And I know we always have them in our system, but I don't eat meat, so that takes out a lot of those, and also I don't eat a lot of dairy, so there's where some more of that stuff comes in. So I would go a pill a day for a day or two, but try the first day because it's sometimes like, wow. Everybody who's done it knows exactly what I'm talking about. You weren't expecting that, maybe. So, yeah, you just take a pea-sized dose 2 times. Yeah, well, there's always a reason for disinformation because you're not going to come out of the bushes and say, Hey, I'm doing this. Okay, Powermectin horse paste. It's a $9.95 a tube, and if you spend 95, you get free delivery. Take a pea-sized dose 2 times a day. There you go. That's Lisa saying that. Thank you, Lisa. So, you have to think of the whole thing of Q as nothing is as it seems as well, because it's just the way it works. I view it like it's sort of like a corkscrew of information and timelines that have doors attached to it, and one door just opens and it might lead to another step up or a step down of information and tie all of the things together, but nonetheless it's like in a weird spot, so it's like a big overall. Okay, so paste. Yes, then I would do what the that Lisa just said. 2 pea size twice a day, and yeah, quarter tube, 3 on and 4 off for 30. Okay, and just for preventative is what is that? 1.8 tube for 3 on once a month. I hope that makes sense. So, anyways, I'm helping share information. Again, we all need to stay healthy. So, and I know that people have mentioned the effects of when you're cleaning out your system, either by doing a fast, between 2 and 4 days is good. But uh, when you're doing all of it, use your own. Like if you're starting to feel really, really sick, monitor yourself, okay? Like don't rely on anyone but yourself. It's how I've managed my health for the last 30 years, okay? If you're finding yourself gets just super drained from doing a regiment and say, whoa, that's hitting me a little too hard, just take it back a notch. You know, be gentle with yourself. So, and Pamela says, if you take the liquid, I'm reading all of these out. It is 1 milliliter per 100 pounds. So if you weigh 125 pounds, you take 1.25 milliliters. I take it in, I know you said a shot glass, but it said shit glass, which is funny, of apple juice. I love autocorrect, especially when it's funny. So that's an awesome, awesome thing. What else? Apple cider vinegar, lemon in your water, and also one of the best things is Sol water. So look up SOL water and how to make it. I think it's a cup of Himalayan salt in a pint of like filtered water, and for 24 hours, and then take, I think, a tablespoon and put it in your water and drink it. Obviously, I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, good. I like how everybody likes that comment. It's awesome. In a shit glass. That's about what it equates to at the end. Pun intended. Oh, hilarious. Anyhow, I think that's all I wanted to say. If you haven't been following me on Telegram, it is t.me/Raven Moonstone Art, all one word. Don't forget on Sunday morning, this Sunday. Oh, and I think this weekend, The Sound of Freedom with Jim Caviezel, the movie comes out. I'm hoping it's this weekend. And what else is happening? And my Rise TV on Sunday morning. Yes, I'm super excited about that. And I probably will be doing a show between now and then, especially if some really awesome shit happens. Like, by the way, my neighbor. I always say my neighbor because it kind of sums up about 4 people. So I'm not just talking about one person. Four people or so that aren't in the know of stuff said, you know, if they don't reach this debt ceiling thing, it could break out in a war because the US dollar will tank and there goes the whole global economy because they rely on that dollar. This is unprecedented. See where we're going with this, folks? I love it. Oh, it comes out July 4th, not June. Oh, wah, wah. Well, that's good. Thank you guys for correcting me. See, I don't mind being corrected. I can roll with it. What do you mean July 4th? 2 days before my birthday. So maybe I'll go see that on my birthday. So it's going to be exciting. I think lots is going to come out between now and then. I think lots of people are going to be aware of exactly what has been happening, and it's going to be warp speed for information. So nothing can stop what's happening. Nothing, nothing, nothing. They've painted themselves into a very pitch black corner, and they're about to feel the repercussions. So everybody have a great day. I'm gonna go do some chores and things. And yesterday, did you see my eyes? Like, I had to go shoe shopping. No, I gotta say, for running shoes out there, and I say running shoes, why, if you're too lazy to do up laces and you gotta have plastic coated pull-on shoes with no laces, you shouldn't be running at this point. Don't think about buying running shoes. Buy some Crocs. Like, don't make plastic running shoes. Don't be that person who makes the market for plastic lace pull-on ugly running shoes. So when we go shopping, the rest of society that actually likes walking or running shoes, they're not hideous, just hideous. I'm like, these are looking like things I'd have to wear either waitressing or in a nursing job. Like, just ugly. Like, stop it. Stop making them. But yeah, I don't like shoe shopping. I have a weird foot. My foot is like my head, I think, like wide foot, wide head. Lots of barefoot walking, that's what happens. So just, I hate it. I'd rather shop for a bathing suit at this point. So that's what I did yesterday. I had to buy some shoes because mine are pooched. Never again. Let that be the last pair of runners I ever buy. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, have a great day no matter what you're doing and no matter what time of day it is. I love you guys, and I hope that you're remaining calm through all of this, other than to go wee hee hee hee. So I'm excited. Take care. Doop 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 doop.